Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. Today, we're talking about potential breakout players for the 2022 season. Help me get this video to 1,000 likes. We appreciate you, fam, more than you know. Let's start out with Kool-Aid Jacorey McKinstry coming back for his sophomore season. I want to get your take on Kool-Aid and what your expectations are for him coming back for this 2022 season. This will be his second year for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And one thing that I think we all like is the fact that Alabama's secondary is so loaded with so much veteran experience. You look at the amount that Kool-Aid got on the field last year as just a true freshman. 15 games played, 25 total tackles. He had 1 interception and 2 pass deflections last year as just a freshman. I think it's really impressive that Kool-Aid out of Pinson Valley, in the Birmingham area, comes to Alabama, to Tuscaloosa, and contributes right away. Nick Saban really likes the fire, the passion that Kool-Aid Jacorey McKinstry has. And I want to know, do you think he's going to have a breakout season in 2022? I know Alabama's secondary completely loaded. Really curious to get your take on Kool-Aid. Let's talk about Tim Smith, now going to be a junior at Alabama. And when you look to Alabama's defensive line, there's a lot of guys coming back. Another area that has just a lot of experience, but I think in terms of a big run stuffer, and I know Alabama has multiple guys to kind of cycle through, but I think Tim Smith could be an impact player as we go forward. As you can see, he's already played in 25 games. And one thing I really like about Tim Smith is I think he has an ability to not only be a run stuffer, but I think he also has an ability to chase down the quarterback. Curious to get your take on Tim Smith kind of going into this 2022 season. I like Alabama's defensive line overall. I know we've talked about the secondary. I know you're excited about the interior linebackers, especially the outside edge rushers coming back for Alabama. How could you not be? But I think this defensive line for Alabama under Freddie Roach is going to be really good. I think they have a lot of names to kind of cycle through. So when you look to Alabama's defensive line, don't get caught up on the starters. Think about the quantity of talent coming back. Let's talk about Jaylen Moody, 6'2", 225 pounds. Could he be a breakout player in 2022 for the Crimson Tide? Look at the amount of games that he's already played in, 55 games. He has 20 solo tackles, 24 assists, and I know he entered the transfer portal. Now he's coming back, and I think with him coming back, I've always liked about Jaylen Moody his athleticism overall. He's been a special teams ninja for Alabama, and I think him with Henry Toto side by side, I think Jaylen Moody is going to have quite a season this year. Just that veteran experience, kind of leads by example. Great young man that really embellishes everything that you want from a leadership perspective. Give me your take on Jaylen Moody. Let's talk about an offensive player that could have a breakout season. We've talked about some of the wide receivers coming back for Alabama, the new additions. But let's talk about Jacorey Brooks, who's going to be a sophomore this season at Alabama. He rose up during crunch time. You know, you look to John Mechie and Jameson Williams last year. Jacorey Brooks, I think, has an innate ability to create mismatches on the outside because of his length. And I think he is a very solid player. He's going to be a very solid target for Alabama. I know Alabama's trying to probably figure out the continuity with their wide receivers, but I think Jacorey Brooks is one player that we certainly have to keep an eye on. Don't forget about him last season. 15 games played, 15 receptions, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Hey, we want to hear from you. Which other players do you think are going to have a breakout season in 2022 for the Alabama Crimson Tide? It's Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll catch you soon right here on BamaInsider.com.